Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. My name is Pritesh with KAIZN Crypto. In this video, I got the opportunity to speak with Grant, who is the founder of Playermint. They're building something really cool that is going to incorporate blockchain and NFT gaming. If we think about all the cool projects that are being built right now on Cardano, gaming is really one of these aspects with these NFT projects that I think a lot of people are looking at in terms of things of play to earn, having different ways to upgrade your characters via things such as marketplaces and smart contracts. There's a lot of cool concepts that are going to be made available and provide these tokens with utility. So Playermint is an exciting project. They've actually got a proposal submitted for Catalyst Fund 6. We talked about that here in this interview as well. I really enjoyed their presentation of how they want to carry this idea and vision for the Playermint project. So it was a really cool interview. I hope that you all enjoy this and find some content in this video valuable. If you do, please be sure to drop a like for me. It lets me know that you guys enjoy content like this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. That way you can stay up to date with all the relevant Cardano content. Don't forget to click that notification bell as well so you know exactly when I post a new video. All right, everyone. Well, lots of exciting stuff in this video. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am excited to be speaking with Grant, the founder of Playermint. So Playermint is kind of like this reward system for these gaming NFT projects that's coming about, talking about some utility for these tokens that are being created on the Cardano blockchain. Really interesting to hear more about what they're building with Playermint. So Grant, thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, thanks for having me, Pritesh. It was great to get to meet you at the summit. That was an awesome time, as you know, and I'm super excited to jump in and show everybody what we got going on.
Yeah, definitely, man. There was a lot of memories made that weekend. It was really nice to meet you, speak with you about what you're building. I think it's really cool just to see the amount of innovation that's happening, just the creativity, the building that's happening. There's just so much passion just everywhere I go. Whoever I talk to, there's just so many ideas that are just being thrown around now. And just the utility and, if we think about what type of applications these types of projects are building, I think Playermint's really interesting. So I'd love to get into that with you today, talking about what you guys have planned for the future, what you guys are working on right now. So I guess to start things off, we can just go ahead and get started. If you wanted to maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started with Playermint.
Yeah, so I've been a investor / builder in the space for about 5 years now. Crypto just completely consumed my life, and I went down the path that a lot of people do of sort of the Gen 1 Bitcoin and Ethereum was coming out, and then that really opened my mind to the vast amount of possibilities of that the technology has to offer. And then watched the infamous Charles whiteboard video that dragged me down into the third generation, as we like to say in the community. And I've seen gaming as kind of the perfect route to bring in a new wave of people into the crypto space in general, and play around with a lot of the blockchain ideas. And I think that you're seeing a massive trend in virtual economies, whether that be with Roblox or these different virtual worlds that people are creating and economies are forming. And I think the size of that market is just going to continue to grow and compound on itself. And then crypto merging with that trend, I think is just going to send it parabolic. So we're really trying to bring that to Cardano and have that kind of play to earn virtual economy going on Cardano. So Playermint is a play to earn system that's being built on Cardano. We were a Fund 4 Catalyst project, and now we have a proposal in the latest round called under the NFT business model section. We just partnered with M Labs, who is our new development team. So super pumped about that. They're awesome. I also got to meet Ben in person at the summit as well. So it's great to, meet the people that you're working with face to face. I think, probably the best way to explain how it works is to show you guys.
Yeah, I see that nice presentation you got there. Yeah, let's get into that.
Well, maybe I don't know if there's any questions you have before I dive into it. I don't want to just.
Oh, well, I am definitely going to have some questions for you for sure. But, it's, I guess just before we move on real quick, just to recap what you said, I think it's so cool. You said you had talked about the Charles Hoskinson whiteboard video. I think that's such an iconic piece now. We have such nostalgia when we talk about that, and it just brings so many people in. And then, to touch on the point you had mentioned about these vertical economies, I completely see what you're saying there. And I remember hearing somewhere that last year or 2020, with COVID and everything, people were actually able to stay at home and play video games. And in doing so, they were able to earn based on the in-game tokens or native currencies within these games. And they were actually able to earn maybe not so much like a livable wage, but they were actually able to earn some money on the side by playing these video games. And that was able to sustain them during that time when people were at home. Things were a little tough there with COVID. So I think it's really interesting to see the developments here with this space. And, Playermint having this play to earn game mechanic, it's going to be cool to see what type of innovative ideas come about with that. So yeah, man, I think it's really interesting what you guys are building, but let's go ahead and get into this presentation. I'm excited to get into it.
Cool. So the front page is where you see the reward system. So at every epoch, the reward of PMX, our token, is distributed based off of the gameplay performance of each player. So the login process is that you take your Nami wallet or your Roi wallet, and then attach through OAuth, something like a Xbox OAuth or PSN or Epic Games to the wallet. And then we use different API providers. So one of the ones that we're working with closely is Overwolf, who provides the data for the games. And they kind of work with the publisher to provide that for people that are building things like ourselves. And then that feeds into the system so that it knows who to reward and to what amount. So that's how the tokens come into circulation. And then the tokens have a bunch of purposes within the ecosystem. For one, unlocking the pro version. So if you have 75 PMX, then you get a pro account. You can kind of think of that sort of like a battle pass in Fortnite. And then within the marketplace, you can use PMX to mint NFTs and trade NFTs. So there's a minting function and then a marketplace for the different NFTs and assets that people are trading. And then our strategy is to really start with a UGC type of model on top of the games. So creating this economy that's a layer above the game. So a good example of that is like our latest Catalyst proposal, community access NFTs. So providing the tool to say Twitch streamer or someone with a gaming community and audience to begin to kind of tokenize their community by offering NFTs that then give access to their community with things like special additional Discord channels, like special animations when you join their Twitch, maybe the ability to play with them, and any kind of additional benefit that the community leader wants to offer. And then that also kind of helps align the communities, because then the communities have this asset that's growing or decreasing in value based off of the growth trajectory of that community. So it can really, really empower the network effect that these communities are creating, and create a new way for fans and people that they're following to connect. I kind of think about it sort of like Web3 Patreon in a way.
Nice.
Yeah, and then creating that economy layer on top of the game, we then have the infrastructure built out to then integrate deeper and deeper into the game. So then you can begin to use this tool to mint game assets. So a studio can use the infrastructure to mint a video game item, and that's super valuable to all of these studios. Specifically really because of the secondary market for these gaming items. So you look at Fortnite, they're making billions of dollars selling virtual items like t-shirts and skins that you wear in the game that have no utility other than the cosmetics of it. And then you look at the secondary market, and that's really where they're losing out, because the experience becomes people are trading their accounts over eBay. There's tons of fraud. The studio isn't making any money off of it. The user experience is really bad because you need to like take a picture of your account and post it on eBay or SkinBay or one of these third-party sites. So by tokenizing your video game economy, you can really automate the whole process, make it completely peer-to-peer, and authenticate all the items so that there isn't any fraud in your economy. And then you can attach a royalty to all of the items so that you're making money not just in the primary market, but in the secondary market forever. And then you can begin to power and grow your virtual economy and benefit from like the communal growth of that economy that you have.
Yeah, Grant, that's so many awesome points that you touched on there. If we think about how big gaming is as an industry, right? And if you think about some of these things that you would go to spend money on in these games, and then to think about after that, whether it's a skin for a gun or a weapon or something like that, or maybe like an upgrade or a power up, other than what you would get with the game item and usability within the game, that's pretty much it. There's really not much else you can do in terms of being able to retain value outside of the game and being able to trade or, divest in certain ways where you could maybe even lend it out to other players or, things like that. You had touched on royalties as well. I think that's an interesting topic in terms of residual incomes as well for owning these items. So I think the entire blockchain concept of having these like in-game items and tokens and assets representing these playable characters, et cetera, I think that's really fascinating. And I feel that blockchain is going to really pave the way for gaming to kind of have a new era, right? And I think we're kind of seeing that. And I feel like once we have the titles like Fortnite, a lot of these big, like I think of Call of Duty is a big one, like a big FPS platform. We saw what Axie Infinity did in terms of blockchain gaming on Ethereum. I think as soon as we start to see some of those big titles really start to come about and bring a lot of awareness to the mainstream, it's going to be pretty cool to see like what is the true potential of this technology. But I just wanted to touch on those points you mentioned. I think it's pretty interesting to hear about all that.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think the big thing is, sorry, I just went for a run kind of, but I think the big thing is aligning the interests with the studio. So for example, saying that you're going to create a multiverse where the players can take the items from one world into another world. Basically what you're telling the studio is that you want to drive their users somewhere else. So, that's not, they don't really see the value in that necessarily. But if you tell them you can automate your secondary market, you can't stop these secondary markets. People have been creating dark markets around them forever. You're just not making any money off of the secondary market, and your users are kind of in an unsafe market. That value proposition is super clear to them. So yeah, I mean, gamers are going to grow to demand this over time. But to really get those big studios in, like you're saying, we need to align the interests with the players and the studio, because there's a lot of value to be had here for the studio as well. I just think as a crypto gaming industry as a whole, I think we've done a bad job of really getting to the point of where the value is for them.
Yep. I gotcha. I mean, still early days, but I think the platforms that you've created here with Playermint, I mean, that's definitely going to make the overall user experience that much better for people coming in, and that should definitely grow the ecosystem. But yeah, let's get back into the overview here. I think we kind of went off on a little tangent there, but yeah, let's we can get back to this preview here.
Yeah. So say you found an NFT that you want to get, like the Cactus Jack NFT, and it can have all kinds of utility inside of it. Then you purchase it with the PMX that you have, and boom, then it goes into your profile, and you'll come over here and kind of see all the different assets that you have.
Nice.
And we really want this to aggregate as much of the metaverse economy as we can, so that then people can see all the different assets that they're collecting in the metaverse, whether that be community tokens or game assets or tickets or whatever, So, we want it to be super easy for people to use and super straightforward and evolve it over time. So that is the interface. We just finished off the designs. It's actually the previous version, but this one we can kind of click through. So that's why I wanted to show this one off today. Here I've got the tokenomics of the reward system. So PMX rewards are issued at each Cardano epoch, 5 days, based on the Playermint leaderboard rankings. Ranking higher earns a larger percentage of the reward pool and is based on in-game statistics captured from APIs. So then this, just wanted to show everybody the tokenomics behind the reward system, and then talk previously about everything that you can do with it.
Okay, so I see that the supply growth, so it gradually goes down over time. Now, is there going to be a finite total supply? So where the supply growth reaches 0?
Yeah. So after the 10-year point, you'll get here. So total is 145 million.
Okay. So then after it gets to that point, so then it just kind of stays at that.
Then it'll stay
fixed supply.
Yeah, then it'll stay at this amount, and then the idea is that the metaverse economy that this is powering, and the transaction fees for all of that will go into the DAO treasury that can then also reward gameplay in the same way that's happening here.
Nice. Wow. Very cool. So there's a DAO too. So with these tokens, I guess there's a governance aspect as well, just like how we would vote on a proposal in Catalyst, right? So what would something like that look like in terms of token holders being able to vote in the DAO?
So the tokens will also be used for governance, and we want to do things like voting on just update proposals to the code, and then exploring things like allowing people to vote on the rewarding mechanics. So they want to see kind of these kind of bounty and reward systems in different games, and the ability to vote on things like that with a token. And we want to have the community be involved in that process. We have a town hall that we host every Sunday, and so we really want to have the community be involved in the process as much as possible, so that we can hear them out as we're building. And I mean, that's the best way for us to turn this into a DAO. So
nice.
So then we have a NFT project coming up on the 23rd, which is really big for us. It's the Playermint founder NFTs. And we've packed a whole bunch of utility into it. So the NFT holders will get first access to Playermint core product. So basically early access, kind of like beta access. And first access to earn and buy PMX, the token. The founder profile on playermint.com, first access to NFT drops, founder only tournaments, access to Cardano Craft Treasure Hunt and Land Mint, which we'll get into in a second. And we got some really great artists that helped us create it. So Annie has worked for Pixar and Nickelodeon and DC Comics, and George Lucas Films. And then Backwards Geometry is a creator in the CNFT art world. So we had them collaborate, and we came up with these cool these cubes that spin in each side.
That is so cool. Wow, look at that. Wow, okay. So that's cool. So these founder NFTs, so it's like it's gonna have this cool animation. So you'll see it in your wallet, like
Yep.
Pool PM, you can see a preview of it.
Yep. And then we've got a purple one as well.
Ooh, I don't
And
know,
then
man. I kind of like that purple and green color. Gives me some like Incredible Hulk vibes.
yeah, so these will kind of also become our community access tokens and allow us to align our community in a similar way, and then just continue to provide value to the people that were there from the beginning.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep. So by the time your viewers see this, the website for the sale will be out, and then that would be like a big website update for us in general. And then we've got the Cardano craft. So this ties into the founder NFT stuff a little bit, and we're really trying to recreate that virtual shared experience that people had during the summit, where people got the chance to walk around and chat with people and network a little bit in a shared virtual space. So we're taking a Minecraft server, and Minecraft Java is a very modular game that allows you to add plugins and stuff like that to it. So we're integrating an NFT type system so that people can mint land and display their NFTs and display their projects. We're working with onboarding a number of projects. We're already communicating with Drunken Dragon and AdaQuest, Gaming Cardano and Cardania and Cardano Comics to get everybody into this server so that people can come in and see what the CNFT community is up to in a cool, different environment than before. And then if you have one of the founder NFTs, then you'll get access to a Cardano craft treasure hunt. So we're going to hide CNFTs in a bunch of the blocks. And then if you have one of the founder NFTs, you'll gain access to the server to go and mine for those CNFTs. And then it'll also give you access to mint land first.
Okay, nice. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I've got this little animation to play for you.
Cardano craft. Yes. You can definitely see the Minecraft spinoff. Very nice. Hey, very cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, cool. I think Playermint, it's nice to see that there's definitely some incentives that you guys are already building out. So, these NFTs are actually going to have some utility with them being the founder NFTs. Of course, there's going to be some exclusive utility there. So that's really nice to see. And then as far as what we were talking about earlier, you said that also you had a Fund 6 Catalyst proposal. So,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as being able to bring some awareness around that and then just kind of letting us know also what does the future of the project look like? I mean, what are you guys thinking about over the next few months, next year or so? Like, what is your progress there? And tell us maybe a little bit about your Catalyst proposal.
Yeah, so our Catalyst proposal is underneath the NFT business model section. We also proposed one actually in collaboration with AdaQuest, which is going to be for the next fund. That's to create a gaming category for Catalyst, which will be in the following round of Catalyst. But in this round, we've got the community access NFTs. So that's making it super easy for content creators, and our focus is around gaming communities to create NFT collections that connect the fan with the creator. and allow them to kind of align their incentives and add different benefits and utility to the NFTs. So you've already got, Twitch streamers that sell emotes and whatnot on their Twitch stream while they're streaming. And this really allows us to take that to the next level and allow the creators to sell an asset that can have further utility and be used in a much more modular way that's also an asset. So that is our that's our proposal and catalyst. So definitely go check that out.
Yeah, definitely. For anybody who does want to check that out, I will be sure to leave the link for you. I'm just taking a look at it also, just to kind of see what you guys have laid out here. And definitely kudos to your team for putting out this proposal. There's tons of information on it. I think you guys really kind of laid out the idea that you have here and talking about the solution, the problem, the objectives, key metrics. Just from a brief overview of this proposal, you guys have information about your team. You've thought about the play to earn mechanics. So there's a revenue model, and you're actually not even asking for a whole lot of money. So there's $15,000 here, requested funds. I think in terms of what you guys are building and the value proposition that Playermint will ultimately have within the CNFT gaming community, I don't think that's anywhere unreasonable. I think that's $15,000 is very realistic to think about for getting something like this funded.
Yeah, I think it's great also marketing for the Cardano ecosystem, getting these creators to tokenize their community and then being referencing the Cardano blockchain and the better experience that that's creating. I think that's also just valuable marketing that can go very viral for the entire community.
Yep, absolutely. Well, cool, man. That's awesome. I'm hoping for the best for you for your Fund 6 proposal. So you guys were in Fund 4, right? You guys got funded in Fund 4. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go for Fund 6. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then kind of like some roadmap stuff. So we signed M Labs on, and they're helping us with the NFT sale to make sure that everything's super secure for everybody. And then they're scoping out a lot of the back end stuff so that we can finish off the full core product. We finished the front end. Now we're working on a lot of a lot of the smart contract stuff that they specialize in. So we'll have the official launch day. We're working with M Labs to put that out for everybody. We want to make sure that it's something that we can stick to before we make that super public. But yeah, things are rolling. We're going to continue to have tournaments. We're running tournaments pretty regularly now with different CNFT sponsors, and there's just different sponsors in the Cardano ecosystem in general. And then we'll have the Cardano Craft server come out, and we'll have the treasure hunt and the land. So we'll have a whole bunch of stuff leading up to the launch of the core product to keep everybody entertained. So
nice. Yeah, there's lots to look forward to. You guys are doing a great job, so I can't wait to keep up with your progress. But Grant, I wanted to ask you some questions, kind of moving away just a little bit from the Playermint side. And, while we've got you here on the channel, I just feel that you do have quite a bit of understanding of the CNFT space and, where things are heading. And I kind of wanted to just go into some broader level questions, if that's cool, just to talk about the CNFT space, where you think we're heading with it all. And, I guess incorporating gaming as well. I mean, we see a lot of these, say, like 10,000 NFT drops, these PFP NFT drops that are coming out now. And with something like Playermint, is it something where, let's say later on down the line, some of these projects are actually going to try and build some form of utility? Would Playermint be something that is, I guess you could say, NFT project agnostic? Like, what does it look like to actually incorporate these NFTs with Playermint?
Yeah, so we want to just make it super easy for people to create these assets and make the economy and everything around them as easy as possible for people, so they can integrate. Say that you make a community token, you can easily integrate that with your Discord and your Twitch. and are like integrated into Unity or Epic, like Unreal engines. You can develop game mechanics around it. So we want to just like build a lot of infrastructure for people to create these virtual economies that we're seeing spawn up everywhere. And like you said, we've had a lot of the PFP collections, and it's been super interesting to watch the PFP concept evolve into these really robust communities where they started as profile collectibles, and then everybody started to realize, wait, this is kind of like a DAO community, and we can all bring resources together, and then that's increasing the value of all of the PFPs. I think that was the next big evolution of it. And then, yeah, I think you're just going to see people continue to play around with that idea and evolve what you can do with all the different mechanics. So I think that you have a lot of room for innovation in the NFT area, especially like around community and like what it means for communities, and then obviously games. I think you'll see really take off over the next 12 months.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that, as blockchain kind of gets more mainstream, and if we think about, okay, Bitcoin is in the headlines, but then what are some of these applications? People start to get into the rabbit hole of Ethereum. And then they're like, okay, well, what's this DeFi thing? And then they stumble across blockchain gaming, right? So it's just kind of a cascading effect. And then I feel like with Cardano, we definitely do see the advantages there, right? You got the lower fees, you got the cheaper cost to mint these tokens. There's a whole bunch of benefits. And then
the Babel fee model is huge.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, just to think about maybe if a player is able to pay a fee in one of these games with their PMX tokens. Yep. So,
and then you don't need to hold both the tokens. You don't need to hold like ETH and whatever. You can just hold the token within the game. So that is a huge user experience improvement. You've also got Hydra for scaling a lot of these economies. So yeah, I mean, we chose to build this on Cardano for a reason.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited for it, man. It's looking pretty good. You guys are making incredible progress. So, Grant, I guess to close up our conversation today, was there any last minute points that you wanted to mention? And for our audience who'd like to keep up with your progress, where can they go to find out more? How can they keep up with your progress?
Yeah, come follow us on Twitter at the Playermint. Join our Discord that you can find at our website, playermint.com. Come in, say hello. We're putting all the updates for everything, all of our social medias. The two kind of big things that we've got coming up is the Catalyst proposal, and then, of course, the NFT drop on the 23rd that we're really going to make sure brings a lot of value to people.
Very cool. All right, everybody, mark your calendars. October 23rd. Awesome. Well, cool, man. Grant, I wanted to say thank you again so much for taking the time. It's always amazing to speak with the community members in the space who are building and who are thinking about all this kind of stuff. It fascinates me, really. I feel like I'm learning so much every day. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching today. I really do hope that you enjoy this content. Definitely, again, be sure to check out the link down below. If you do want to support their Catalyst proposal, make sure you go and vote. And if you did find some value from this video, be sure to like and subscribe on this channel. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one.